All right, so part one of the Christmas add-ons is now complete. I got the shock tower brace, I got the front bumper, and I got the winch mounted. Shock tower brace is a Super ATV. Everything, well, the bumper is too, but Super ATV shock tower brace. Once I started looking at things online and seeing how that front end is literally like 98% plastic, I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna reinforce that. Reading, it said the only way that you're really gonna need it is jumping it, and we don't really jump them much, but I don't know. I just felt like it was a weak point that should be addressed, and especially since I was gonna have the whole front end tore apart for the bumper, what better time to get it done? So it's on there. We'll see if it's needed, whatever. The bumper is super stout. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with it. I like the build quality of it. It's, you know, your typical Super ATV complaints, stuff not lining up perfect, you know, big trucks driving by. Little things like that, but whatever. I think overall it's a good bang for your buck. I am impressed with it too, to be honest. I like the way it's designed. I really like how it's got these nylon plates on the bottom. The bottom's going to get banged up just going through stuff. I like how it's nylon. If it gets too bad, we'll just replace it. But if it's metal, you're banging up against that metal. I don't know. I just really like how they did the nylon. I like those two front shackles. That's pretty cool. Give you a nice pull point from if you had to. And it just looks cool. Got the winch mounted up in here. Now the winch sits tucked in real nice. I like how it offers protection. It literally wraps around. The sides are exposed, but you're going to need it to be. And, you know, I don't know. I like it. I'm happy with it. I like the pull angle. It's not stressing anything out. It should be fine. So that's it. It took me way longer than it should have, but whatever. No big deal. We'll get it done. We got Brandon on the way. He's bringing over Fabian's high lifter. Like I said, finally got some nice weather. Fabian broke a tie rod, I want to say, so I'm gonna bring that over, get that thing patched up. Since the Talon's not in the garage, we got a little bit of extra room. Where's the Talon? That's another video. We'll see. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna tear this thing apart and try to get this wiring done, because to be honest, I'm getting sick of working on this thing. I want to ride it. We have not rode it at all. I want to get this thing dirty. I want to see what it's about. I got to get it done first. Let's do it. We got even more machines to work on now. Fabian brought over his Pro XP. Brandon's gonna be slapping the enclosure on that bad boy. So we get ready for some winter riding. And last time he took the high lifter out, he broke a tie rod and an axle. So we gotta back this thing out and see how we can fix that. Let's do it. You ever try to drive a high lifter with a broken tie rod? Yeah, it sucks. Kick it as she moves. Let's get this thing in the garage. All right, let me. All right, so we got the wiring wrapped up for the winch on our CanAm. I wanted to share a couple things with you guys, so hopefully you don't make the same mistake I did, or if you can learn from my mistakes, that's awesome. Ended up taking the whole dash apart. As you can see, getting the seats out. Not a fan how those CanAm seats bolt in. It should be a quick release. I do not like that at all. How they don't provide a cover for the battery compartment is really stupid. But whatever, enough griping. Let's get back to the wiring. Like I said, we went with the rough country winch on this, and the problem that I ran into was my leads for the solenoid were too short to mount it where I wanted to, which was right here. Right there. Perfect little spot, perfect flat spot, everything's easily accessible. That would have been awesome. Nope, my wires would only let me get to up there. This could have been easily solved if I would have just made some new leads. I had the wire, I didn't have the ring terminals, I didn't want to go out and mess with it, so I figured I'd just find a different way to make it work, which I did, but honestly, it was way more work. I should have just, if I had to do it all over again, I would just go get new wires, because it really wasn't worth it. So just to be able to get to that spot there, I had to take the glove box all apart. Let me see if I can go on this side. Basically, this whole front dash panel is gone. So I had to take that top piece off, had to take the glove box off, just to be able to get back there. Another little note about that, if that's the route you guys are going to go, is getting those screws to mount that solenoid in there was not fun. All right, so that's it. Finally wrapped up all of our little Christmas break add-ons. We did our Super ATV Winch Ready bumper, front bumper, along with a Rough Country 4500 series UTV winch, and a Super ATV shock tower brace kit, which you can see up in the front there. Figured since we had the front end all tore apart, might as well do everything at the same time anyway, right? Honestly, everything went pretty smooth. Just a couple quality control complaints, I think I'd say, but overall, it went pretty smooth. I do really like how CanAm is giving you that 12-volt center up underneath the center console. It is kind of a pain to get to it, but it's nice that it's there. Basically, they give you straight to the battery, positive, negative, and then a key-on only accessory wire, which is what I used to wire the switch, so that way you weren't able to use the winch when the machine was off, which you definitely don't want to do. So you use it on the key on, and then once the machine's running, now you got your power there. The power that the winch is actually using is sitting at the solenoid, so it's fine. It's not going, that's not how that works, but I'm happy with it. Now it's time to get out and actually ride this thing, because as happy as I am with it, I'm sick of working on it. Let's let the wife get out and get to know her machine and see what we're going to do next. I definitely think, well, we're still waiting on that bent metal off-road, but I think aside from that, the thing after that is going to be radio. And we were kind of thinking about just slapping in the Swamp Donkey system, but looking at that new bent metal off-road wiper design that was just announced yesterday, it looks like a Swamp Donkey might not work with it, just the way it sits up. The whole kind of wiper housing sits up top by the roof. So I don't know, I might kind of wait, talk to Bent Metal, see what they say, and then that'll dictate our radio. But for now, like I said, it's time to ride. No more worky, more play.